couldn't leave Mr Lawther in the front room forever.
Oh, David won't be many minutes. Look, it's nearly 1:30. He'll be all right in there.
But it's so rude. I mean, what will he think of us?
Look, he came here to see David, and he didn't come here to see us. I don't want to get into a lot of conversation with him yet a while. I mean, it's none of my business till David says it is.
Just the same, I think it's rude to leave him sitting there.
All right, bring him in.
Oh, but I haven't got the place tidy. Oh, Frank, for heaven's sake, move those papers. How you can sit there writing with a man from a football club waiting to sign your own son on, I don't know.
Well, that's David's future. He's got plenty of it. We haven't.
What do you mean we haven't?
We haven't got much future in this house. It's a circular letter I'm writing about the demolition.
You mean you're writing to everyone in the street?
Well, who else?
So why you?
Well, somebody's got to do it, love. It might just as well be me.
Well, hadn't we better find out if it's definite? I mean, it might just be a silly rumour.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do, and as soon as we know, well, we'll be able to do something about it.
I think I'll make him a cup of tea.
Yeah, I shouldn't.
Why ever not?
Well, it might show that we're on his side. No, we're not. Well, not yet.
I don't see why making him a cup of tea should put us on his side.
Well, it's a matter of psychology, you see, love. I mean, he might have bought a good offer, and he might not.
But I still don't see...
Well, I don't want him thinking we're tumbling over ourselves to take his offer, whatever it is, because we're not. In any case, I mean, you always get better terms, you know, if you don't show yourself over anxious.
Well, sitting in there with a 75-watt bulb and no fire and no telly isn't going to turn a bad offer into a good one. And even if he should have bought a good offer, it might well turn it into a bad one.
Oh, all right, bring him in.
Are you sure now?
Aye.
What about you taking the letter?
It'll wait.
Well, I suppose we could leave him sitting there.
Oh, sit you down, Mr. Lawther.
Thank you. I hope I'm not disturbing you.
No, it's just a bit of public work I'm doing.
Oh, yes.
We thought you might be more comfortable in here.
If you want to take your hat, Mr. Lawther.
Thank you very much. Well, I suppose you know I represent the county.
Aye, so my wife says.
So you'll know what I've come about, won't you?
Well, sort of, you know.
Well, we like to have a chat with the parents in cases like this where the lad's underage. That's why I'm glad of this chance of a word.
Well, it's only right and proper.
We find that if a lad doesn't have approval at home, it does his game no good.
Well, I've always liked him playing football, and I always thought you were good, you know, but not good enough to interest you.
Well, we've got our eyes everywhere, you know.
This is the medal he got when they won the school shield.
Oh, yes.
4 years ago.
Oh, well, he's come a long way since then.
Aye, yes, that.
Mind you, schoolboy players don't always make it, you know, but I think your lad might. Professional football's a tough, competitive game, Mr. Butler. If you watch, I needn't tell you, need I?
Well, I go every other Saturday, you know, to watch the county when they're at home, and the odd days I watch David.
Did he know why we're interested?
Aye, I think so. Well, he's good and he's fast.
Would you like a cup of tea, Mr. Lawther?
Oh, I wouldn't say no, thank you.
It won't take me a minute.
What I was going to say is that I think you'd be wasting your breath talking to our David.
Oh, why do you say that, Mr. Barlow?
Well, he's still serving his time, you know, engineering.
Well, that's not a big obstacle, you know. We've got several lads in our books doing the same thing.
Aye, but do they go to night school regular, or are they training half the time?
Well, some do fall off studying a bit, granted. That's only when they become big stars. It's up to the lad, really, you know.
Well, nobody can do two jobs and do them both right.
Now, your lad's got talent, Mr. Barlow.
Happen he has. It's not the sort of talent that'll keep him all his life, is it?
Oh, I don't know. The way the game's shaping up now, he might end up with a bit behind him if he's lucky.
Aye, that's just the point. If he's lucky. Now, it only wants one broken leg.
Now,
you
look,
know.
Mr. Barlow, all we want to do is to put your lad's name down in a form. Then after he'll get a chance with the A-team, and then if we still like him, then we might make him an offer as a part-time professional.
Yeah, I don't know, it sounds all right.
Now, look, I never press a lad if his parents are dead against it. Some do, I know, but I don't. Now, if you don't want me to talk to the lad, tell me now and I'll go.
Look, I'm not going to answer for him. He's old enough to answer for himself.
Oh, I hope you like it strong, Mr. Lawther. We never have it on the other road.
As long as it's wet and warm, Mrs. Barlow, thank you.
Did you take sugar?
Yes, just one, please.
Oh, dear.
Thank you, that's very kind. Thank you very much.
Oh, there he is now.
Oh,
David stood attention to see you. It's Mr. Lawther.
Hello.
I know. Everybody in junior football knows Mr. Lawther.
Mr. Lawther's been watching you.
I know.
You knew, but you never said.
Thought it might have been somebody else. I didn't know then, I know now.
He wanted to sign amateur forms at first and then pro part-time. But, well, I told him, you know, that what with your job and that, I I didn't think you'd be interested.
Oh?
Still, lad, it's up to you.
Well, takes a bit of thinking about, doesn't it?
Kids, you're not to worry. I don't know what's supposed to be so wonderful about Coronation Street. I don't really.
You would if you shifted out of it. At least folk will talk to you here.
Oh, you're too sensitive. If they don't talk to you, you want to talk to them. Have a crisp.
Oh, I'm off crisps. I'm off a lot of things with this kid.
Look, why don't you go down to the town hall and ask them about the council house?
Because I'd just be wasting my time.
Well, look, May Birdson got one only the other week.
Well, she's got 2 kids. I don't want this one born in rooms.
Has your landlady said anything else?
Hinted.
Oh, well.
That's Melinda.
I love.
Gin and tonic.
Are you trying to get me to?
Shall I ask them to change it?
Oh, just you tried. No, the point is, is there any truth in the rumour about them pulling down the street? Because if there is, there's no point in you going up to number 9.
Well, it's only a rumour, isn't it?
I don't see why we don't talk with the owner. Maybe she'll know.
I've been on to her about getting a council house.
Hey, very nice out there.
I wouldn't go out there no matter what happened. Like flipping great concrete concentration camps. If they filled one of those houses top to bottom with furniture, I still wouldn't go, so you can both shut up about it.
Hello, Jimmy. Hello, we don't see you down here very much, do we?
Then, by gum, you're just in time. I'm in chair. What are you having?
I'm fine with you.
Ah, well, that's a Jill for me, Jack, and a pint for Lynn. And what's yours, Harry?
Oh, same as usual, pint. You always have a Jill?
Aye, always. I reckon there's them as sups pints once the head's tested.
Depends on what they drink about, eh, Jim?
Nay, I'm no faster than nobody else.
All the same, it's nice to see you.
Oh, well, I'd come down a bit more often, only it's such a long road from Bannerdale Estate. And them buses is only once every Preston Guild.
How long is it since you've been up there now, Jim?
4 years. Seems more like 14.
Yeah, well, it's not as long as that, is it?
It is. And I'll tell you something. If I'd have known then what I know now, I'd never have set foot on that estate.
Why, you've got a new house, haven't you?
Oh, we've got everything new. Doesn't last new for long, though. Hey, you ought to see that pub they've opened. I'm not kidding. That lounge, it's like Tower Ballroom. They've only got 3 waiters on. You're lucky if you get a drink.
I expect they all get pints in there, eh?
Aye, most of them do. Smart uns don't. It's road to ruin is supping pints. I can't do with it. I'll tell you something else and all. I'm getting out of here early tonight.
Why, something wrong with beer?
There's something wrong with buses. I'm not kidding you, them late-night buses. Free fights, packets whistling past your head and slap and tickle on back seat.
No, you don't have to tell me. We have a heck of a job getting the lads to do those late turns, you know.
I'm not surprised. Hey, where's my drink?
You've sucked it, lad, while we've been lagging.
Nay, you're a bit on the slow side, you lot, aren't you?
Oh, get him another one. Get him a pint this time.
No, not a pint.
In 2 Jill glasses.
Oh, well, then, that's all right, then. Well, thanks very much.
Talk about women conversation, but it's making conversation, but in my experience, it's men that talk them down any old time. I wonder what the joke is. Oh, the usual, I suppose. The jokes I've heard in this bar, and all in the worst possible taste, and all so old. The same ones come round every 4 years or so. I thought I heard them talking about houses. Ah, well, if there's anything in this rumour, and I, for one, don't think there is.
Don't you?
Oh, no. But if there is, they'll have to find somewhere else to live, won't they? So they'll have something sensible to talk about for a change.
Oh, poor things. I expect they're worried about it all.
They'll leave their worries behind when they come here, I can
Take
tell
a
you.
sip, love. Plenty of the usual, please.
Oh, right. Here you are. I wouldn't think there was anything to joke about.
Come again. What?
Moving. Everybody moving.
Where's it?
Well, weren't you talking about moving to the estate?
Oh, yeah. We were talking about it.
I thought you were. I think it'd be a terrible thing for us all to leave Coronation Street, don't you?
Oh, that's what you're talking about. Oh, don't worry about it. Love, it may never happen.
Where do I sign, Mr Lawther?
Just there. That's it. Well, I don't think you'll regret it, lad.
Well, I hope not, I'm sure.
Oh, I'll be in touch. Give you a run out soon, I think.
Right.
Well, everybody happy?
And if David's happy, we all are, aren't we, Frank?
Aye, oh, yes, that's all right.
Well, I'll be getting along then. Thank you all very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I'll see you to the door, Mr.
Bye-bye, David.
Lawther.
Bye, thank you.
Well, he talked you right over, didn't he?
What, Dad?
I said he talked you right over.
But I want to play for him, Dad. It's a big chance for me.
Perhaps so.
Oh, you said nothing.
I'll see what I think now, while there's still time. Look, lad, you might do well for county, but think on it. It's only a job till you're 35. After that, you'll have to start afresh. And you know, there's not many can start afresh at that age.
Oh, You're reckoning on me making it, Dad. I might not do.
But you could, lad, you could. And think on what it'll mean to you if you do.
Perhaps I better think about it again, then. Oh, I can always give back work, can't I?
Oh, isn't he nice? He thinks a lot of our David. Well, David, aren't you excited signing on and everything?
Yes, of course I am. Very.
Come on, Ivan, drink up or we'll miss that train. If you know any more about number 9, you'll let us know, won't you?
Yes, but as I said, the point is, are they pulling it down? If they are, there's no point in you buying it. You'll get compensation, of course, but nothing like what you paid.
There's not much to give, that's the trouble.
We have a little.
Oh, it is a little and all. It's around, Mum. Bye-bye, love. Oh, come on, Ivan, we'll miss that bus.
Yes, you will. Come on, I'll be right behind you. Come on.
Night, all.
Night.
Good night. That's 3 pints, you know, Jim.
Who's counting?
We are.
Nobody ever counted before.
Aye, with that one you got in your hand, you know that's 7.
Nay, never.
Aye, it's 1 more than we've got.
Never in this world.
Count them, then.
Oh, well, 7's an unlucky number, you know. Always has been for me.
All right, Jack, get him a last one in.
No.
Well, he doesn't come down here so often.
All right.
I know that. Here you are, so be quick, will you?
Hi.
Harry, will you come here a minute?
Go back quick, love.
No, I think there's somebody in our house. I think we've got a burglar or something.
Would you like me to come down with
I
you?
wish you would.
You're looking a bit shaky, love. Would you like a drop of something?
Could do with a drop of Dutch courage, you know. No, don't know what we'll find when we get back there.
Okay.
Dale, what did I tell you?
Oh, you're right.
Well,
Oh, give us a second, love.
oh, what for?
Just want to see the lay of the land.
Good night, Harry.
Oh, good night. Good night, love.
You lost something.
No? No.
Get a bad eye looking through keyholes, you know.
Come on, let's get around the back. If you just sit there for a minute, I'll go and get him. He's upstairs in my room.
Oh, no, Harry, love. I've got plenty of time, really.
Good. Well, would you like a drink?
What have you got?
We've got sherry and...
Oh, that'll do. Blimey, look at my feet. Cheers.
Cheers. All the way down London and back just after one job, eh?
Oh, well, that's show business, isn't it, dear?
Oh, yeah, I know.
I think they like me, though.
Oh, I'll bet they did. You've got... You know, you've got what it takes.
Do you think so, Dennis?
Oh, we all think so down at club. Dozens of members wanted to meet you when you'd done your act, you know.
Ah, they always do.
Oh, they liked you a lot.
Let's just say they like something about me, shall we?
Were it worth rushing down there for that job?
No. We want straight dancers and posers. I gave that up ages ago. I mean, there's nothing to it, dear. There's no future.
No, I suppose not.
You gotta have something special, like what I got. Even then, sometimes they don't want you.
Oh, they don't know nothing, some of them.
Maybe not. Don't do you no good telling them that. They're the ones what are handing out the job, see?
Yeah.
If you've got that something, you've just got to sit there and wait for the right person spotting it.
I think it's rotten, them not wanting your full act.
Oh, I just said, thank you very much, Mr. Gordon, I said. I don't do straight stripping anymore. I've got my own speciality act now.
What did he say?
Nothing. Oh, well, love, I guess he's not going to be the one, is he?
No, he's not. I think you're terrific.
I think you're rather nice, too.
Yeah. Well, I'll go and get him.
Did you live here with your parents?
Just me, ma'am.
Oh.
Yeah, my dad packed it in years ago.
Oh, poor Dennis. Oh.
Oh, I don't mind, really. Not having a father has its advantages.
Oh, naughty. Oh.
Well, I'll go and get him then, shall I?
Whew. Oh, that was right on cue, dear, anyway.
Who the hell are you when you're at home?
My professional name is La Composita.
Oh, and may I ask what your profession is?
Is that a crack, dear?
Who are you, anyway?
Who's asking?
Now, look, this is my house, and I...
You've met me, ma'am.
Oh, my pleasure, dear.
I think he's okay. He seems to me to be having a kip. I mean, he's resting.
So shall I be if I don't turn up with him for rehearsal tomorrow? Oh, yes, he's all right. Oh, Dennis, must be off now.
Oh, come with you to Connaught Road, shall I?
Oh, I think I'd better have a taxi.
Well, I'll ring for one then.
A ring?
Yeah, I'll use the one at pub. Ma'am, have you got fourpence?
No, but I'd like
No.
to know... Oh, thank you. Oh, sweet man. Oh, come on, Dennis. Bye.
Good night, love.
And wait till you come back out, Dennis. I'll have something to say to you bringing in a fancy piece like that.
Oh, give over, man. I brought her here to get this.
Is that going for good?
Yeah.
About time, I know. You should see my milk bill since I've had that snake in the
If
house.
you've quite finished...
Just a minute, let's have a last look. Ah.
Oh, Dennis!
You know, I know you'll think me daft, but I'm going to miss that thing.
Well, at least you've never had a snake in the house before, anyway.
Never had a fancy bit like that in the house before.
She's not so bad.
Oh, I don't know. You know, when she dances with little else on, but that snake... Have you hurt your shoulder?
I did it on the door when I came in.
Well, come and sit down and let me get you some embrocation.
You will, Eckers, like. I'll be all right, then.
Now, sit you down and have a cup of tea, at least.
Thanks a lot.
Hey, fancy how Dennis coming on with a fancy piece like that? I didn't know he had it in him.
Bye-bye, love.
Yeah, funny how Ken rushing off early for once, isn't
Oh,
it?
he's joined a special study group.
Oh, is that it?
Well, I shall have to dash off for our billet.
Oh, you've plenty of time, dear. Ta.
Dad,
Yes, lad?
I do right signing on.
Now, look. I've said all I'm going to say. Don't you let my wishes enter into it, lad.
Dad, I wish I could make you see. I'm not going to skimp on my night school. Anybody'd think I wasn't going to go or something. But I hate doing it if you don't want me to.
Well, I never said I didn't want you to, love.
I just said I thought it was a mistake, that's all I said.
But I do want to play for him, Dad. I want to give it a try.
Go on, lad, go on. Give it a go, and good luck.
Thanks, Dad. Thanks, Mum. Ta.
Oh, you'll be all right, Frank.
Aye, Abney will, love.
Well, everyone in Coronation Street should have your circular by now.
Aye.
Morning. Well, I never expected I'd see anything like that happening in Coronation Street.
Well, in a minute, I'm just making up an order.
Oh, you don't need to worry yourself. We've got something to talk about.
What didn't you expect to see, Ina?
A certain gentleman, if that's the right word for him, going into the house of a certain lady. If I'm correct, that's not the right word for her.
Hello, Florence. Hello. Oh, morning, Mrs.
Morning.
Mrs. Longus. Hello, Esther. And you say you saw him yourself?
As plain as I see you. Oh, Esther, you'll be interested in what I'm going to say.
Oh, yes. I want a tin of tomatoes.
Oh, well, of course,
Sorry,
you'd be more interested in a tin of tomato soup than in what's going on in your own street. I'll say no more.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm in a hurry, Mrs. Sharple.
Well, you don't usually go before the 22 buzzer, and don't say you do, because I've seen you myself in my own eyes many a time. Unless you're going somewhere beforehand, are you?
No, not really.
Oh, well, then you can hear what I've got to say.
And you say you took her round the back?
I never thought I'd see it. Mind you, I've seen some surprise packages of men going into that house at night in peacetime and in wartime, but I never thought I'd see Harry Hewitt.
Oh, which house is that?
Well, not the workhouse, anyway. You know, some folk, well, you finish the story proper.
Doing all right. You told her that I went into a house.
It's taken me 10 minutes to do that. It went Elsie Tanner's.
Well, what about it?
Well, it was chucking out time, that's what about it. They went out of the rover together.
Well, that proves nothing.
Well, two people leave the rover at chucking out time, and then they're seen looking through a letterbox, looking to see whether they're Dennison in the house. It might prove not to you, but to me it's as clear as a book.
Aye, and taking her round the back and all. There's your soup, love. Oh, ta, love. Ta-ra. Goodbye, Mrs. Sharper. Oh, are you going tonight?
Where?
Well, haven't you had a circular from Frank Barlow?
Should I have?
Oh. Oh, well, you can have mine. Ta-ra. Ta-ra, Florrie. Ta-ra.
She's not very interested in how the other half lives, is she? Did I tell you that? Harry Hewitt and Elsie... Here, have you seen this?
What is it?
It's a meeting about demolition.
Oh, yes, I've got one.
Well, I didn't.
Didn't you?
No, and I should like to know why. I've lived in Coronation Street as long as most, and if there's a meeting about out, I should have been told about it.
Well, perhaps I didn't think it was fair to ask you, with you only being the caretaker and the rest of us residents. If they'd have asked you, they'd have had to ask all the girls from the raincoat factory, wouldn't they?
Well, you can say what you like, but it's a waste of good breath holding a meeting about whether or not they pull down Coronation Street.
Without you, you mean?
I mean, now to sort, it's a waste of time as far as I'm concerned, because they won't pull my side of the street down.
Oh, why's that then?
Because the factory's there, that's why.
Well, what's that got to do with it?
What's that got to do with it? Well, the man that owns the factory's on the council, that's why.
Aye, she's right there.
And of course, you'll get no protection. And if you think you're going to get it from that Barlow meeting, you've got another thing coming, and I'll take a quarter of mint lumps.
So, well, I thought it'd be a good idea. I mean, seeing as we're all interested, like, if we got together and sorted it all out. Hi, love. There's somebody at the door. Would you mind letting him in? I don't know who else is coming, but I think we'd better hang on a bit and find out.
Aye, yes, we might as well be fully represented.
Evening, everybody. Late again, as usual. Sit down. I'll sit on the arm of the chair.
Good evening, Mrs. Tanner.
Oh, good evening.
I was just about to say that it's about time we got about this demolition thing and sorted it out once and for all.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. Before we know where we are, we'll have the knockers in. And you're just trying to get my daughter and husband settled in number 9, and this happens. I mean, you can imagine how you'd feel if you were in my position.
Well, it's not just you we're bothering about, you know. Well, what I meant to say...
what Frank means is, if we sort out the general position, we'll all know what's going on.
We're all worried, you know.
Oh, love, I know it's not only me, I know that.
Well, very good.
Excuse me.
Yes, Mrs. Walker?
I'm afraid I'm a bit worried as to how long we'll be here. You see, me and Mr. Walker have left Concepta by herself, poor girl.
Well, she'll manage.
Oh, it's all very well for you to say she'll manage.
Well, I'll hang on another 5 minutes and then I'll go. Sorry.
Well, what I wanted to say was, we're all agreed, like, that something wants doing.
Yes, indeed.
So the thing is, what is this something going to be?
Well, I say deputation.
Would you like Corporation Transport there?
Oh, Harry, I'm not kidding. I'm deadly serious. It makes me blazing mad when I think of them little fellas down at the town hall getting together to find out what they can knock down next. I say we all get together tomorrow, first thing, go straight down to that town hall and tell them straight what we think about them.
Now, look, all right, now, look, one at a time, one at a
But if we
time.
let them get away with this, heaven knows what they'll be up to next.
Now, look, let him finish, look.
Yes. Now, I take it that we're all agreed that some action is necessary. Right. The thing is, what action shall we take?
Well, I say march on the town hall.
Yes, but if we do that and it is only a rumour, we're going to look silly, aren't we?
We're going to look silly anyway if they start pulling the houses round down about our heads, aren't
Now,
we?
you must let everybody have the say, look. Now, what about you, Mrs. Walker?
Well, I'm afraid I'm still worried about poor Concepta. I really do think Mr. Walker ought to get back.
All right, then.
Well, before you go, say what you have to say.
Mrs. Walker and me were thinking that if this is more than a rumour, the brewery are bound to be on it, and they'll be looking after our interests, like.
You can go now.
Oh, thanks. Well, good night, everybody.
Well, they would, you know.
Well, now, Harry, what do you think?
Oh, well, I feel the same as everybody else, you know. No bright ideas. I'll just go along with the majority, like.
What about you, Mr. Lindley?
Well, I think the same as Harry.
Well, the thing to do now is to find out what the majority thinks.
Yeah, well,
Just a minute.
Well, you have your say, Mr. Tedlock.
Well, I will if I can get a word in edgeways. Now, look, it's no good to shouting the odds amongst ourselves, because there's nobody listening.
All right, well, look, I'll tell you what, Mr. Tadlock, you take over now. What do you suggest?
Yes, you've lived here longer than most of us.
Well, all we've got up to now is a rumour. And personally, I don't think it is any more than that.
Well, what do you think we should do?
Well, I think we ought to write a letter, and then we'll get to know official.
Right, that's a good idea, yes.
Yeah, well, all them in favour?
Yes, that's a good idea.
Right. Well, all we want now is somebody to write it. Now, what about Frank here? He called the meeting.
Well, I'd rather you do it, Mr. Tadlock.
Oh, well, right, if that's what you want.
Paper, I'll take it down, have it typed.
Right, well, now then,
Look,
how shall we start? The borough treasurer, town hall, I think. Anybody know what his name is?
Hi, Robinson.
Dear Mr. Robinson.
What's all this we hear about Coronation Street being pulled down because we're not going to stand for it?
Well, that's on the right lines, but I think we ought to say something about being gravely disturbed about a rumour.
Oh, yes, but that's talking in thin slices of boredom, that is. Nobody will take any notice of that, will the Eckers lie?
But they laugh to, Elsie, they laugh to. Now, are you right, Esther?
Yes, I'm right.
Right. Dear Mr. Robinson, we, the undersigned, residents in Coronation Street, are grievously disturbed by a rumour that the town hall may be considering the demolition of this property. This threat to our homes is causing great concern.